All right, you'll have to excuse me. I am out of breath. Anyway, I have been walking kind of fast, going uphill, this and that. Anyway, you were looking at that's a little piece of Norris Lake. We are at the retreat property. That's a cove that comes in. It actually comes in and goes in down through here. So if you were to walk to the bottom of this hill, you would run into the lake, Norris Lake. We are at the retreat property. It is Tuesday, I think. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Here we are at the retreat property. Rained all the way up here. So crazy. So you've seen the lake. I am standing on TVA, Tennessee Valley Authority land, and our property butts up to the Tennessee Valley Authority property, and which I think they have just right here that touches ours is probably 60 to 80 acres, I want to say. That's it. That's the lake. It's not far walking, and it's easy to walk to it, but it's tough coming up that hill. So it doesn't look that steep right there, but it gets steep on down here. So anyway, so that's the lake. We are on TVA land, and I don't know if you can see it, but my son's roof is right. You see the top of his house is right there. That's his roof. So his house is there. We put it, I don't know. He's fairly close to the TVA land. You can see there's house. Yeah, I wish you could see it, but there's like a house here, a house right here. It's like awesome. Anyway, so there's my son's house. You see it right there. He put it all the way down to at the end of the property here, for sure. You can see the shipping container. That's the orange thing right there. Find you some retreat property. Absolutely. I love it up here. I am so happy I am here. Now we're going home tonight. We just dropped off a bunch of stuff, tile, sink for the bathroom, the vanity, that sort of thing. Now you see the white car right there. That's my wife's car. That's where my cabin is at. Now I call his a cabin. It's not a cabin. It's an actual house. Ours it's 1,000 square feet, so it's basically just a small house. Let's go this way. So anyway, I think our property starts right about right here where I'm at. Well, right there. I don't know if you can see it. See the pink ribbon? Right here. So the property starts here, so let's see, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. He's 70, 80, he's probably 80 feet from the line. Very nice here. Love it here. I'm so happy that I am here. Amber jelly roll right there, friend. So awesome. People used to hunt here a lot, and I I gave people permission to hunt. I told them they could still hunt. That's a feeder. They can still hunt here. I do not like to keep people from walking and hunting. I mean, we're not hardly ever here, so that is, what's it called? Anyway, I can't think of what it's called. Bear something. Anyway, it's kind of like a fungus or something. I'll think of the name of it. That's the thing about this property, man. It is loaded with wild edibles and medicinals. Loaded with it. It is a natural food forest, of course, like every other place that's kind of untouched. All right, so we are back on the property. I think my property starts actually right here, right here. The road is mine. There is water here. We're not hooked up to. My son's hooked up to it. This house is hooked up to it, but not us. We're going to be totally off grid, off water, off everything. He will have electricity. It'll be coming down through here. We'll be putting it in. We'll be burying it. We will not have it. We will be off grid. We'll see. We'll see how long my wife wants to do that. But I'm hoping to keep it that way. So now down there is a road, and it's busy down there. It's way down there. It's 600 feet down, or further maybe. But it's a busy road. It's the only way back in here. It's the only way back in. Back in there. There's lots of big, fancy houses on the lake back in that way. That's his house, man. He's got two. I think they're 12 feet. Yeah. Two 12 by 51 feet porches. Two of them. We got to put them windows in up there. Two, they're 12 foot wide and 51 feet long. Two front and back. It's crazy. Crazy. Oh, it's so awesome here. So I'm looking at it on the map last night, or was it this morning? It was this morning. I Googled it. Did the Google Earth. And it's, when you leave, as soon as you step foot out of the city limits, it's desolation. One way is completely desolate. I mean, just wilderness. And the other way is somewhat wilderness. But see all the beech trees, see all those leaves that you see, the vibrant tan color, goldish color leaves. That's loaded with beech trees here. Loaded with them. The beech tree does not lose its leaves in the winter. They turn this crazy, I don't know, just a strange color. Translucent. I don't know what you would call it. Anyway, so I'm just kind of letting you look around as I run my mouth. We'll do one of the cabin. So I threw out a ton of curly dock seeds, a ton of it, thousands and thousands of seeds. Me and one of my granddaughters gathered them up. And see what I mean about food forest and just constant food. See all the hickory nuts, acorns, just loaded. This property's loaded with beech, hickory, and white oak. And some of these white oaks are worth a lot of money. So I had a guy who was the engineer for the electrical company here that gives you power. And he come out here and his mouth was watering. He got on to the guy that sold us the property because he wanted it because of the trees on it. Anyway, well, this is it, friends. This is the retreat property, and man, I wish I was living here right now. I sure do. I wish I was living here right now. It would be awesome. Some of you are in an awesome spot, an awesome area. And I wish I was right now. I mean, I would have R40 plus the TVA's 60, 80, however much they have. And so it would be like I had 100 acres. And actually, if we don't go through a depression or bad recession, I will be buying what you're looking at over here, this mountain. I will be buying most of that if we pull out of this, which we may not. We may not. So there's a road in the valley, and it turns and goes some way because the lake comes up through here. But my bearings are off a little bit. But if things go good, I will own all of that over there that you are looking at, except for where a house is at. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. That's if the economy stays decent. If it doesn't, I won't even think about it because I will not be able to buy it. Woo! You can see the white. That's our cabin there. Anyway, hey, get out there and find you some retreat property. Listen, the way things are right now, I like what Zachary Bauer says, and he says to find a hole and you and your family get in it. Find a hole, an actual hole, and you and your family get in it. And the reason he says that, I got to do something about that water sitting there. But the reason he says that is because he doesn't mean an actual hole, but he means get out, way out somewhere. And he sees what's happening. He got out a long time ago and they homestead, an American homestead. You can look him up, and then he has another channel, New number 2, Torah. New to Torah. But it's the number 2, I do believe. New to Torah and an American homestead. an American homestead. He's awesome. But and support him. His wife just passed away. So if you can just, whatever, subscribe to at least one of his channels. His wife just passed away with cancer. It was terrible. But a lot of you know him. But he's awesome. He's an awesome guy. I don't know him personally. I say that. I only know him through his videos. But anyway, that's what he did. He bought a place way out in the Ozarks, and that is where they are at. And I believe it's him. Now it's just him, his 2 sons, and his mother-in-law and father-in-law. And they have got a jam up, awesome setup. I mean, an awesome homestead. Anyway, friends, that's it. We're going on 15 minutes. We are at the retreat property. Yes, we are. And this property has water on it. And it was supposed to be a subdivision, and A lot of it is. It's not a real subdivision, but there's lake lots down over there, way over there, and but that's why it has water on it. I mean, the water. There's no water past us. There's no county water past us. Actually, there's no county water before us. Nobody's tapped onto it. I don't know how that happened, but they put this in here, and this has been in here, this subdivision, since the 70s, and it was going to be like a lake subdivision. And see right here, this is lot 29. Lot 29. But I bought all of it, everything. So anyway, friends, we'll see you. We'll do the inside of the cabin like you haven't seen it before.